Hello everybody, Houston here. I hope you guys are doing well, having a great day or a great night. And before jumping to the charts, don't forget to smash the like button, share with your friends, and subscribe as well. And yeah, let's do it. So before we start with the charts, let's talk a little about nature and a few things that we already talked about before, because this is important, right? We are talking about the harvest seasons and nature. And so, some of you are familiar with this research that I made back in the day. And an interesting thing here is, so we are about to enter September, right? And September is named after wisdom. And why? There's a specific reason for such thing. It is not randomic or chaotic. So, and another interesting thing here is all these numbers you guys can see here. It's the number of new sun cycles that we had on each month. So it's crystal clear that the top arc is way ahead. So we have 1, 6, 9, 12, 14, 17 occurrences on the top, and only 5, 6, 7 in the bottom, in the lower arc. And another interesting thing here is the upper section of the arc is when the light is back into the world, which means the days and the light stay for longer. And in the lower section of the arc, the nights are longer, which means the darkness is ruling over the world. And so this is an ancient schedule, okay? It haven't changed since ancient times. No change at all. And we know, by a matter of fact, key people still use the same knowledge for a long period of time. Nothing has changed. And another interesting thing here is, remember, the upper section is for longer days, when the days are longer over the nights. And so I am from Sagittarius, and the interesting thing here is, as you guys can see, the strength point stands for May and June. And in a somewhat a opposite way, we can consider the same for Capricorn and Sagittarius. And the interesting thing here is, I born as a bear. I know my nature. I understand my behavior, and also I can address my limitations. So each single person has a bull bias by nature or a bear bias by nature. We're born with this, and it is something that we can change. We can deny. We can flip, flip the button and change everything. Doesn't work. So, but the thing is, imagine you being like 65, 70% bear and 30, 40% bull. That's how the smart money move, and how they behave, because only a small number of people can play both, or even sometimes at the same time. Because, for example, we didn't shorten right here. So since Bitcoin went down, we didn't short Bitcoin. I mean, for expecting new lows, or going down, this is it. No, we made a few shorts, yes, when we had clear scenarios, but in general, almost all of our trades were longs. We've been buying. So there are times to be a bear, and there are times to be a bull. So, for example, I can feel in my bones when nature is calling, and this is no BS. Okay, you guys know me for some time. You know I don't like the moon approach, the opium, the esoteric stuff, but I acknowledge this because this is important. and keep people acknowledge, use such knowledge in their favor. So, for example, right now we are about to enter September, right? So the fact is, the light is about to leave the world, and the darkness is about to prevail all the way to March 21. And another interesting thing here. So the bears schedule, they are very active around April, May, June, July, August, September, October, and then they will make the final hunt to get enough food so they can go into hibernation. And if you guys take a look here, December, that's when they are already hibernating or going to hibernate. And we have a lot of bullish action in the markets, especially in the crypto market around December. But we don't have the same around September. If we measure, we compare both, we have like, let's say, 6 big bull moves around December and like 1 or 0 around September. And there is more about this, okay? So we are all connected in the same system. We are all correlated with nature, and nobody can deny it, okay? So let me see, there's another picture here. And so what happens when we look at such things? We use different eyes, a different sight. Otherwise, we won't be able to see such things. So, for example, Libra stands for what? For balance, equilibrium. And so imagine this: the farmer saw the land, and then before the winter, by the autumn, he's going to reap the field. Why? Because if he doesn't do this, the winter is going to destroy everything. So the wise men sow the field by around March, but it is true that some start by the end of the winter. This is also correlated with the northern hemisphere. There is a different schedule for the southern hemisphere, but that's how it works. So the smart money plays in the right time, and while the dumb money is always bullish. If you talk about bear, going down, correction, pullback, no, people will hate you. That's how it works, and this is not going to change. So again, remember, I'm not using only the esoteric approach here, but Libra stands for balance, equilibrium. So Charles Dow, back in the day, he developed he created a lot of things. The guy is a legend. We didn't had internet, computers, smartphones, nothing. They used like the blank paper and journal, newspaper. So those people, they found something that is in nature, but only a small portion of it. Just a small little thing of something bigger and bigger. And they, that's the one of, Charles Dow is a legend. It's like he's still live. And so, when we talk about bull and bear, bear and bull, one cannot survive without the other. There is no way. That's impossible. So for example, when we look at US stocks, let's take a quick look here. Let's go for Dow Jones first. Take a look at this, folks. No bull market can survive without a bear. I'm not talking about 5, 4, a 10 years bear behavior. No, 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 no. Not for now. Around 2024, 2025, we are probably going to see one big move that was never seen before in history, but not for today, not now. So it is impossible, guys. Look at this. It is impossible. There is no way. That's not healthy at all. So have been trying to short the US stocks. We did it 2 times successfully. We nailed, and some of you guys are familiar, this is one of my achievements. I nailed the top here and we shorted Tesla and Amazon. But before the short, we knew it was going up and we made longs and we made amazing profits. So we traded the way up and the way down. And then we tried to short a single time again. We made small profits because why? Price went back into our direction. What's the outcome? The market was not ready for shorts. So, okay, we stop. This is it. Okay, we are out. And yeah, so the bull cannot survive without the bear, and the bear cannot survive without the bull. And we understand that there is no way to have a bull market without a bear market. And there is no way to have a bear market without a bull market. It doesn't mean if the outcome is going to need 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, or like 5 weeks, because a flash crash can just fix it. And that's how the US stocks are moving these days. They can't endure a long period of time. They just can't. That's not possible. Because, and one of the reasons the US economy is not based on individuals exchanging and buying, selling. It is not. It's all based on stocks, companies, debt, and this is it. So even the market behavior, and this, guys, is since 2005, okay? So when we talk about this scenario right here, all the way to 2005, I don't know why my mouse is misclicking. So in this whole period here, we had a healthy economy. And since 2005, we have a claptrap economy. Yes, yes, this is true. So without the company's debt, there is no way for the US economy to survive. And this is a fact. This is not my opinion at all. So far, I didn't share my opinion. And so, when too much people are bullish, something is wrong. And when too many people are bearish, there is something wrong because the balance is broken. It's broken. And if it's not there, it is a big problem. Imagine you are, let's say, you own UFC. Okay, let's say you are the CEO or the president, and then there is nobody willing to fight. Nobody wants to fight. You are going to broke, right? So it's like you have, let's say, 50 fighters, but they don't want to fight. What's going to happen? We are going to bankrupt. So without the battle, without the bull and the bear, there is no healthy market. And what surprised me is most people in crypto space, they never want to see pullback or a retrace or a fall or a strong fall. They don't want to see it. They don't. And when it works like this in crypto. When we are going up, they want to go up all the way, 100,000% gains. And when it's going down, they call for zero. This happens all the time, day after day, always the same thing, because they don't understand how the markets move. What kind of things are necessary to keep going up or to keep going down. We need everything in place to have a law, like a health sequence, a health behavior. Otherwise, you know, there is no way for things to keep going a health way. And a great example. So Bitcoin is a fantastic example. Let's take a look here. And let's go for the weekly. So back to our title, our topic, the harvest season. Let's address a few things here. Okay, right here. Let me go for the monthly. Just a second. Okay, so right here. So the first harvest season after the all-time high was in September 2018, and people were calling for moon always. Every single move up, this is it. We are going to moon. No, moon, no, 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 no. And then we end up with the bear break. And a very interesting thing here, they always make the headlines to tell people why they are losing all their money. And what was the excuse for people to lose their money this time? Jihan and Craig Wright hash wars over their quote coins, which is BCH and BSV. So and then they said, well, they are selling millions of dollars in Bitcoin to buy new hardware, to keep pumping and whatever, to fight their fight and to know who is going to be the new Bitcoin. Nonsense. And then Bitcoin crashed. And believe it or not, we had people calling for $1,300. Believe it or not. Yeah. So right after, let's only talk about the harvest this time, okay? So which was the next one? Right here. And here, folks, that's when Beckett launched their platform. Yes, and guess what? People were calling for moon again, and what they said? Some said, if Bitcoin doesn't go for new all-time highs, I'm going to eat my shoes. Yes. So, yeah. And then, let me see. Okay, so back in the day here, I wasn't trading. Before the bear break, I was studying and researching. I quit my activities, and my focus was only about to learn. And then I went back around here, around the 5,500, and so I traded. We didn't have the Champions Club back in the day, and I was trading. I shared the profits on Twitter, on Telegram as well. And yes, it was a just-in-time call. I made a few posts about it. And so, this was the second harvest after the all-time high. And another interesting thing here, just a quick one. Yes, right here. So back in 2017, by September, what kind of news we end up with? China, quote, China is cracking down on miners, closing exchanges, etc., etc. All the bad news coming from, remember, China. Yes. And then Bitcoin dropped almost 40% only by September. So this was the first move before the big one. Okay. And yeah, so this was just another excuse, another way to manipulate the market by to tell people. It's like a way to tell people why they are losing their money. Because when they make such a move, they are always going to blame someone. always. For example, here, what they said, oh, why Bitcoin is going down? Bitcoin should keep going to moon. And then they said a guy from MTGOX was selling all their Bitcoins to pay for stuff, I don't remember, but that was the excuse when this was not true at all. And guess what? Guess when the future options start to open for Bitcoin? Guess where? November and December. So basically what happened here, they gave the tools for the smart money folks to do their stuff. It is how it is, folks. And people were looking why, what's happening, market manipulation, blah, blah, blah. All the same kind of nonsense talk over and over again. And a few days ago, we saw many tokens with future trades options being released. And guess what? They are preparing the short sellers. That's a fact. That's not my opinion. You can check for yourself. So, and right now, what we have? The next month is going to be September. Yes, September. And we are going up for example, March, April, May, June, July, August is almost half a year, folks. Almost half a year going up non-stop. So this is a dangerous scenario to call for moon here. Very dangerous. And if we look on the Bitcoin here, you guys can see that the place we are right now, Bitcoin never closed above this level. Never. Because it's not ready yet. And this is bad. No, this is not bad, folks. This is amazing, fantastic news. So, again, we have people calling for moon, like they were calling here, and like they were calling here, and now they are calling for moon again. This is very concerning. Again, another thing, by September 2, we are going to have it's the new moon or the full moon, I don't remember, but it's going to be the harvest moon. And it is going to be only the first sign, about the harvest. It's just one, just a small one, okay? And yeah, something to watch out and stay vigilant. And now let's take a look on the winter, because we talked about the winter, right? As well, right? So the first one and the second one. Oh, let's go for the previous harvest as well, shall we? Yeah. And then the next one right here. And then the next one right here. So, as you guys can see, we always trade inside both of the seasons without anything spectacular. Okay? It's basically the battle of Midway. Okay? So, let me see here. So we traded, let me see. Okay, so we traded the harvest here. I traded the harvest, didn't have the Champions Club back in the day. We also traded this one here, was an inverted head and shoulders. I called it out for this one on Twitter as well. We made big profits here, big profits. And then we had the C19 event right here. And we also had the same correlation in the past for US stocks, which was Feb 20. Yes, so this is nothing new and nothing by coincidence. Okay, so for example, Why a crash before the autumn? Oh, not the autumn, sorry, uh, before the spring. Because it's the time to sow the land. That's the time, folks. And also, the winter pivot stands for December 21 to 23, all the way to March 21, 23. So, folks, things are correlated. They are there for a specific reason. And the ancient schedule keeps playing out by a specific reason as well. Okay. Now let's take a look on the, let me see, a quick look on Dow Jones. Yes. Just a second, please. Yeah. So if we take a look here on Dow Jones, that is let me see where it is. So I mentioned this already about the harvest for stocks. Oh, right here. Let's start from this one here. Just a quick look at it, because we traded this this scenario here. Let me see. Okay, right here. This one. Just a moment. Yeah. So as you guys can see, the top for the last September was by the beginning of September, around the second week, and take a look on the day. It was on 9 September 9 29 2019. And I made a post on Twitter that I was going to make a special video around 9 of this September. So it's going to be in a few weeks. And I talked about this scenario here back in the day. And again, people called me crazy. Yes, all the way. And so we traded this one and we made the targets. And then this was the date that I called out for the crash. And right after we made a marginal lower high. And I made all kinds of analysis, and I posted everything. I still have the pictures and the posts here. And I highlighted how bearish this was. And then we broke bearish below 20,80,657. Yes, 657. Yes. And yeah. So now let's take a look here on the significant ones. Oh, guess what? Guess what? Again, harvest. Let's take a look on other big ones. And then I know there will be people who will be saying, well, this doesn't happen all the years, you know, you can be right or you can be wrong. No, that's not true. And also we are not fools. At least I'm researching this kind of thing for a long time. And what happens is this. Let's put this in a clear way. Make it 7 years. Okay? So you're going for the first, second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, sixth, and the seventh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so sorry. And after the last one, the land must rest. Yes, you can't keep working the land non-stop all the years. You can't. The land must rest. Otherwise, you're going to have problems. And so, some of you guys are familiar with this, the Shemitah. You guys know how this works. You guys know the tradition, and this is also applied in the markets, believe it or not. It is. Okay? And yeah, so on the first, let's say on the first season, okay, the harvest, it's easy. On the second, it's easy as well. On the third, yes. The fourth, yes. The fifth, yes. Around the sixth, start to get wild, and around the last, that's when things crash and collapse. And so, some folks will say, well, this doesn't work. Yes, it works. It works perfectly, and it has been working for centuries, thousands of years in the same way and never changed. Okay? Because you guys know the drill. There is always claptraps looking to steal other people research analysis and say it's their own, but they can't explain a single thing about it. And you guys can bet your shoes. That's the same thing they are going to do. Most of them are going to see this video, and what they are going to do by the next September, September 2021, they are going to call for a crash based on such things and using different words. And it is not going to happen the way they are looking for. That's how we are one step ahead and they are one step back always. So this was for 2007, and the one for 2000, where it is, right here. So as you guys can see, in 2000, sorry, right here, we had a marginal high, and then chop, 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 the bulls lost the hand right here. Chop, bear break, chop, bear break, and then new lows. But again, folks, remember this. Remember my words. Actually, this is not my words. I'm just trying to make this clear. Two things, actually. The first, the idea of the harvest is not to destroy the farmer or the land, the field. The idea is to renew the field, you know, to bring new stuff, for the land to rest, for a new beginning, a new season, a new, plantation, and etc. And in the other hand, what we have is this quote: the opportunity favors the prepared mind. Okay, so remember these two things, and in the long run you will be a successful farmer. Okay, we can talk about the land, talk the markets, we can talk about real estate business, we can talk about technology. The ancient knowledge and schedule will never change. Never. Never, never, never. And then if we go back to 2019, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Second week. Oops. On the monthly, sorry. Yes. It's right here. Yeah. This was the biggest harvest season since the beginning of stocks, actually for the Dow Jones. I don't remember the others, but the others came years after. So yeah. So this was the big one, big one. 84% correction. Let me see. Oops, not Fibonacci. Sorry. Yes, 89%. But let's take a look here. Let's see if what we talked about is correct. You guys remember, the idea is not to destroy the farmer or the field. Take a look at this. The bull market was preserved, was not destroyed, was not ruined at all. People, smart people back in the day, they become wealthy and very rich. Why? Because while people were buying the top, the smart folks were waiting for the worst scenario to start buying. And that's how the money moved from the hands of the fools to the hands of the smart guys. And this is never going to change. Never. I know it is hard for some people to hear such things, but this is not going to change never. Okay? So it's up to you, up to me, up to us to decide if we are going to be the shark or the golden fish or the clawfish. It's up to us, folks. And there is no easy way, there is no other way to do this, and only knowledge can set you free. Okay, there is no other way. And also that other statement is true, and some of you guys are familiar with it. And you shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. For people who have no idea what they are doing in the markets, they are just hoping to make profits. You know, they don't know. They won't be set free. They will be slaves in the markets. They will be afraid. They will be, you know, ashamed. There is no other way, folks. There is no other way. And so, let's take a quick look here on Tesla for another example of greed and lack of knowledge. So after a bearish candle, now we have a bull candle on the monthly. This is all the way bullish. Okay, but it doesn't mean, remember, it doesn't mean we can't end up in a rejection all the way bearish like this one was back in the day. Let me take a look here. Let's take a look on the season. Sorry. So the first one, we had a small move. Remember, the first years on the field, the harvest is easy. Let's take a look on the next one, 2012. Okay, right here, again, a easy move, not a big deal. 13. You see, after a big move, the harvest start to increase as well. Let's go for 14. Again, another move. 15. Another move, and this one made the whole breach. Was even stronger. And so back in the day, this guy here, these guys, let's say these guys, were the all-time high. Basically, close to where we are going to be in a few days. 16. Again, wiping the field before the autumn. 17. Again, a small move after a small move. 18. And not a whole breach, but a strong move. 19. We had sideways for about 1 month. Yes, maybe 1 month, 30, 35, 40 days sideways, and then bang. For the October, November, December, and etc. And right now we are about to enter September again. And then some of you maybe look at this and say, whoa, this means right after September we are going for moon. No, folks, that's not how it works. When we talk about something and when we share info about something, it means it is relevant, but it doesn't mean it is going to happen in the same way all the time. Okay, it is not going to happen. And when it comes down to crypto, the things we are looking for, our idea for our perfect scenario, it's December again. Okay, so bearish behavior September, October, and by maybe the end of November, things start to get all the way bullish again, and then people will be depressed, capitulation, final chapter before the new all-time highs. So this can happen around October, November. Yes, it can. It is going to happen. We don't have evidence, not yet. Okay. So yeah, folks. I think this is it for now. I think we covered everything here. Because we're talking about, for example, Dow Jones and Bitcoin and Tesla, but it is all over the board. Okay, so Forex, stocks, crypto, it's the same schedule behind the scenes. Okay, so the same old agenda happening over and over and over again. And people, most people, 90% plus in the wrong side of the market once again. And believe it or not, even with this kind of thing exposed, this kind of knowledge accessible, things are not going to change. Okay, so it is sad, it is a sad truth. I should be happy because I make money from the markets. So the more losers, the more money we will make. But I'm sad because I was in the wrong side one day, and it is painful. It is bad. It's it's frustrating. It's shame. Okay, and nobody wants to be a loser. Yeah, but things are the way they are. It is what it is, and it is not going to change ever. Okay, so those are things that we must learn to live with it, or we are just going to perish in anger and anxiety and fear and etc. So it's like natural law or order, and you better keep strong, otherwise you will be out. Okay. So folks, thanks again for your time, thanks for your patience, thanks for your support. Don't forget to smash the like button, share with your friends, and subscribe as well. You guys know I'm having a hard time with YouTube channel. This kind of content doesn't reach a lot of people. And yeah, so we are going step by step. And I really appreciate your support so far. We are more than 2,000 people, yeah, subscribers. And yeah, so thanks again. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for your support as well. If you guys still want to learn more about the Champions Club, there is a specific video about the Champions Club. You guys can see in the first page of the channel. And if you even consider to join or you want more info about it, feel free to send me a message, even on Twitter if you wish. You can just send any random message. Just tag me on this message and I will reply you soon. Soon I am going to close the seats, and this is it. I won't accept more people in the near future, and I am choosing who joins the club or not. Okay, so it's not like a open club. And yeah. So again, folks, thank you, and have a nice day or a nice night. Stay safe, and don't forget to watch for your family and yours. Family always came first. And yeah, see ya.